Houston, we have a problem.
Peter Mandelson once told me to f*** off. Now many people are saying he should do the same from the House of Lords. I'm going to share with you a little story about Peter Mandelson from 16 years ago when I first joined Parliament in Westminster as a journalist. And it was around the time of the general election, 2010 general election, and there was lots of negotiations around who should go into coalition with who because there was a hung Parliament. Anyhow, Mandelson, no surprise, was at the heart of the Labour negotiations, always likes to be at the heart of things. And I spotted him one day around Parliament, so chased after him to try and get a few quotes about who he thought Labour should be going into coalition with and how he thought the negotiations were going. Well, the Prince of Darkness gave me a thin, cruel smile, as he normally does, and told me to f*** off.
What we have emerging here involving a single individual is one of the biggest potential political scandals of a generation. And the reason I say that is this. Of course, you would expect in an instance like this, opposition parties to kind of scrutinise and capitalise. That's kind of their duty, and it would also be their instinct.
This should not distract from the fact that the Prime Minister appointed a man who was the close friend and associate of a notorious and convicted paedophile.
But the source of the greatest anger around all of this right now is people on the Labour side, people who feel betrayed, who feel phenomenally let down by someone who they might have looked up to or respected or been friends with, or at least worked alongside for those who were around when Labour was last in government, when Peter Mandelson was First Secretary of State, effectively Deputy Prime Minister to Gordon Brown, in the latter years of the last time that Labour was in government.
I think it was inevitable. I think it is right that the police carry out this investigation, but we should not let this distract us from the fact that the Prime Minister has his fingerprints all over this. He knew all of the allegations, concerns and reports about Peter Mandelson, knew that he was a close friend and associate of a convicted paedophile, and he still gave him the biggest job in the Foreign Office at a time when UK-US relations are at a critical point.
How much longer? Can you cling on to Keir Starmer now? Can you really hold on to the hope? This is unforgivably stupid. Even knowing what we already know, it's unforgivably stupid what he's done. And it might be much worse than that. A Director of Public Prosecutions whose reputation was in many ways built on protecting women and girls. And he put a man who was a pal of a paedophile in the Washington Embassy. Is this the biggest muck-up yet for Keir Starmer?